Welcome, peeps, to another episode on the Finished Articles. We're back. It's a beautiful sunny day. Well, it was a little while ago, but we're covering the Euro 2020 semi-finals. And guess what? As the title says, we're previewing the semi-finals. And the big question is it coming home? Well, you already know my answer to this, guys, if you've been watching the previous podcasts. But you know what? Before I get into the show and before my boy kicks me in the ass, let me go through some admin work. So as always, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. We are on the race to 100. As we mentioned, I think we're believing in the 80s in terms of subscribers. So one lucky winner will be getting a special prize, which we'll be drawing out of that. So please make sure you tune in for that. And as always, our Twitter feed is below, so please follow us on there, as well as our Twitter handles if you need to reach out to us. If there's any content you guys would like to see us cover going forward, please do let us know. But, without further ado, let's get into the show. Let's go. So I'm going to bring my hosts on, and you know them very well. First of all, we've got Richard home, and then we've got... How's it going, mate? And then we've got Adam. Welcome back, mate.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Look at that. Adam's wearing a City shirt. He's bringing all the good luck. How you doing, guys?
Yeah,
really good, mate.
Nice.
Is nervous the right word for tomorrow? Been online trying to get tickets today, but 595 quid was the cheapest, and I couldn't justify it.
595. But yeah,
if I paid that, I wouldn't be able to afford a final ticket. So
you get 2 season tickets, mate, back at the CBS.
Exactly.
Exactly. 500. That's UEFA trying to rip you off.
I know.
Yeah.
That's actually
I'm saving it for the final anyway.
Although somebody did point out if I paid it, I could probably get double for it if I sold them off.
You probably could.
I'm not like that.
Hassle, though. Nah, a lot of hassle doing that, mate.
Well, you won't find me. I didn't buy enough you, so you haven't got any luck there. But
yeah,
you know
what?
Let's kick off with the first topic of the day. So England triumphing in Rome against Ukraine at the weekend. Guys, what were your thoughts on the game?
Great result. Great result, obviously. And brilliant, really, how we did it with minimum fuss, how we did it so comfortable, because 3-0 up early in the second half, we were able to make the subs, wrap Kane up in cotton wool, make other changes to make sure we didn't pick up any silly bookings. I don't think we've got anyone on yellow cards going into the semi, have we?
So, no, you know what? That's probably the most comfortable I've seen England play in a quarterfinal. I was like, this can't be real. There's something wrong here. But it was great to see Kane back on the score sheet and loving the confidence from the boys.
Yeah.
But
the thing that stood out for me was we won 4-0, but you just felt we had maybe 1 or 2 more gears, and if we really wanted to, we could have put 7, 8, or maybe even 9 past them if we really wanted to turn it up and go for it. It felt so comfortable. It was unreal.
Yeah,
indeed. No, absolutely. I mean, I was impressed with the way Kane played. Luke Shaw had a good game. I think Southgate played it well. I mean, originally when we went 1-0 up, I was worried that they'd get back into it, and then they did have a couple of chances, but luckily nothing came of it. I've got a comment here I'll bring up. It's from C85. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Is there anyone not watching the game? We will be watching the semi-finals very shortly. I believe the lineups have just been announced, but we will be getting onto that shortly.
Should be a good one.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm anticipating that one's going to be probably a better game than maybe what ours is. I think ours will be a different kind of game tomorrow, but I do think that it's going to be a very, very good one. It's very tight, difficult to call as well.
Repeating the 2012 final.
Yes,
I think these two sides have played each other in the last few European Championships at some point, with Italy having a slightly better record, although Spain obviously won the big one.
But you know what? I have to say,
9 years ago.
When you got Bonucci in defence, Bonucci and Chiellini in defence, that is something to admire, because they've got rock solid defence, and it'll be interesting to see how Italy get on tonight. But you know what? Let's get into it. We are previewing the semi-finals, so without further ado, let me bring up the preview. Here we go. So, guys, I have brought up the chart. Let me just bring that down a bit. So, first semi-final tonight, Italy versus Spain. What do you reckon, guys? How do you see this one going?
Tight.
Yeah, very tight. I'd give Italy the edge. One thing about Italy, you can guarantee it won't be the closest semi-final they've ever had. Because in 1968, when they won it, I think it's the only time Italy have won the tournament. They got through the semi-final tie on a coin toss, which is one of these.
They never used to have pens, did they?
One of these stories I love. I always have to Google this to check it wasn't an urban myth and it was actually true. But I just find it a brilliant story how you had a crowd of 70,000 people eagerly awaiting the result of a coin toss. And based on somebody calling tails, he's a national hero in his own country.
Yes, no, I saw the article you shared. In fact, just some breaking news. I just read that Morata has been dropped on the bench for Spain, although I'm not surprised. He's not really had the best of tournaments.
Yeah.
And Garcia starts in defense, and for Italy, Emerson starts in place of Spinazzola. So that's just breaking news to bring out to you guys. But so how do we see this one going? I'm gonna go 1-0 win to Italy. That's the way I see this going. Tight game.
See, I fancy 2-1 Spain. I just got a feeling Spain are going to... I know Italy have probably played the better stuff this tournament, but I just think Spain will do something just to edge it. I don't know how, but I just can see it happening.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Rich?
I'm going to say Italy to win on the tightest of margins, like a penalty shootout.
Oh, so you're going
that would be ideal for us.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have an advantage anyway over us or Denmark because of the extra day's rest. So anything gives us a bit of advantage.
Who, if you were England right now, who would you rather face, an Italy side or Spain?
Either. The way we played it doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Obviously, we've got to get past Denmark first, so I don't want to get too overconfident.
No, that's true. That's true.
Having to face either of these two sides would be a fantastic problem to have.
Okay, so we've got to call it one way or another. So I'm happy to go with consensus here. So, what are we going tonight? Are we going Italy? Are we both saying Italy then? Or we said Spain?
They're the favourites, but for me personally, I just think Spain will somehow sneak through. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think Spain will sneak it. But for Italy have been the better team. I think I'm going
to go for Italy.
Okay, how are we going to split this one down the middle, eh?
Well, you said Italy yourself, didn't you? So, 2 against 1. I'm happy. Like I say, I think Italy are the better team, but I do think Spain will somehow find a way to sneak through.
Fair enough. Guys, anyone that's watching in the comments, if you disagree with what we said, if you think that Spain are going to win, then let us know and we're happy to change it. But you know what, without further ado, let's move on to the more important thing. And as Adam said at the start, do we really need to call this? Probably not, but this is England we're talking about. And
none of us are going to come on and say Denmark are going to win, are we? We're all going to predict England.
Unless that's one of your mates, Rich, and we know his name very well. I don't have to call him.
No, I think we've got another. I think we'll win it. Not as comfortable as Ukraine, but I do think we'll probably score a couple. I don't see us conceding. I don't think Denmark have got anything ready to trouble us at the back. I think it'll be 1 or 2-0. But
well, I was saying this to a mate that I think the only thing that can really derail England tomorrow is England themselves. It's just about them taking the pressure situation, dealing with it, taking the game to Denmark early, and we've got to bury the chances really tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to know because Southgate has proven a master tactician with his squads. He's gone against everyone's opinions. So loving the confidence that he's got, but we'll see how that goes. So you know what, we know how this is going to go. But let me get your score predictions. England to win by how much? What do you reckon?
2-0. I don't see us scoring any more than that. I'd be surprised if we went beyond that. But I think 2-0, comfortable enough, but not as easy as Ukraine.
Okay.
I think 2-1.
You think we'll concede?
Well, we know how good we've been defensively, but law of average, Pickford has kept us in a few games, so law of average, we'll probably concede one at some point. So I still think I'm going to say 2-1.
Okay. Well, I was actually going to go with a standard 2-0 win as well. That's my prediction. Seems to be a theme of the tournament. So England to win it. And I'm going goal scorer wise. I'll go Harry Kane, and you know what? I'll go Harry Kane and Mason Mount. Yeah. So that's my prediction on the goal scorer.
Can Sterling or Kane, either of them two, go on and win the Golden Boot? Because I think
currently, what are they on right now? 3 each, right? They're both on 3. Ronaldo's on 5.
Ronaldo's on 5, but he's out.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, if Kane gets one here, then yeah, obviously, and we go through, then yeah, certainly. I'll be surprised if Sterling sneaks it. I think now that Kane's firing. Yeah. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Kane make it.
Who'd have predicted that? At the end of the group stage, Ronaldo was on 5, Kane hadn't scored. I had a feeling, I almost wanted to come out and say I think Kane will win the Golden Boot when I was sticking up for him on here, but I thought that's going a bit too far.
He just struggled a little bit, didn't he, at the start? I think he was being marked tightly, and there wasn't really the runs that he likes to feed off.
Yeah,
they weren't coming in the first 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah, I don't think he was playing as badly as people were making out.
He was. I think he was struggling as well, and you saw that opportunity, a couple of opportunities where he took an extra touch, whereas like you saw for that, where he should have had his hat trick, but for a quality save by the Ukrainian keeper. I mean, he didn't hit that one first time, and he had the opportunity to do that in a couple of those games, but he took a touch first, then he had the shot.
No, that is true.
It's confidence, isn't it? With a striker, as soon as they score a goal, you know they're going to get more, especially someone as good as him.
All right, here's another question then, guys. So Kane for Golden Boot. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't put it past him. So what do you reckon? Will he start Grealish tomorrow or not?
I think he likes to keep him on the bench because he's shown that he can be an impact sub, which is what you need. And I don't see Sterling coming off the bench and having the same impact Grealish would from the bench, which is why I think he starts him.
No,
it takes a while to warm up, doesn't he, Sterling? And for me, I think he had his best game of the tournament against Ukraine, Sterling, because he's made a few sloppy errors for me. He had a very, very poor game against Scotland, a couple of iffy errors. He scored the goals, which, great, but he also gave the ball away a couple of times. It led to chances and thought, come on, it's so frustrating to watch a guy this good do something so fantastic and score a goal, and then a sloppy pass. And you think
he made that.
Obviously, Germany as well.
Away against Germany, that Muller missed.
Oh wow,
that was him because Muller missed.
That's the thing. Like he's a quality player.
That was crazy. Yeah. That was crazy. I could not believe it.
That was the bit of luck that I think we needed.
Yeah,
that was the turning point for us.
Yeah, every team that wins tournaments has a bit of luck along the way.
Yeah, that was ours.
That was ours.
No, that is true. But you know what? You need a bit of luck in these tournaments, and you know what? It's about time we got our own luck. And I think tomorrow, really, we've got 60,000 fans at Wembley. It's all in our favor. We just got to deal with the pressure and just take it to them. I mean, they're riding off back the Christian Eriksen. Glad he's okay, but they're riding off that to get them through. And I think tomorrow their luck ends. Well, we hope it does.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Let's hope so, boys. And then we'll all be going down to London on Sunday. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah, crazy 1 minute.
I don't know if we'll have a ticket or not.
We'll be tempted.
Yeah, if you're going to spend £600 on a ticket, that's the name to do it for.
Yeah,
exactly, Rich. You got the wrong name.
In years to come, we wouldn't miss that money. Right now, it might seem like a lot, but 20 years from now, we probably wouldn't miss that 600 quid.
You pretty much pay what you could to get there, wouldn't you? So if you had an opportunity to get a ticket. I mean, obviously there's going to be some people spending silly money, but £600 for a final ticket. Okay, it's pricey, but if we end up winning it, worth every penny.
Exactly.
Well, I know, but you know what? UEFA, they like to price fans out. They don't really care about the fans.
Yeah.
All about the corporates. They were about to shift Wembley. They were about to shift it to, I think, Budapest before the lockdown came.
And now all of a sudden the whole lockdown is being lifted. Everything, no restrictions, no nothing. Gone the other way. 2 weeks ago, we're only having 20,000 fans inside Wembley, and then all of a sudden, no, don't worry about it. We're just going to scrap the lot.
That's hilarious, mate. I can't believe it, but you know what? I've seen funnier things. But you know what? Looking forward to tomorrow's game. I am going to be watching the game tonight against Italy. Yeah, interesting game. See how that goes. But I'm going to hand it over to Richie and Adam with their last thoughts. If there's anything they want to cover, is there anything they want to bring up?
I don't envy Southgate. He's had every player that's come in's done a job and played very, very well. You can't really knock him for who he puts in, really. So, hopefully he gets it right again. I imagine it'll be the same sort of back. Well, I imagine he'll go back 4 again with the same 2 holding, and then Kane up front, and then he's going to stick with Sterling, and it's only 2, I think, from about 5 players, isn't it? So
I mean, from Denmark's side, do you see anyone that can really threaten us, or are you not really worried about it?
I mean, they're not a terrible team. They're not fantastic either. But I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Didn't they beat us?
Yeah, they got 4 points off
the
Nations League.
There you go. Yeah. So they're not horrific, but I think that we're a different animal at the moment. I think we're a lot better than we were then. So I don't see them troubling us too much. It'd be a major upset as far as I'm concerned if Denmark knock us out. Unless it goes to penalties and then it's a lottery, right? I mean, but I can't see them beating us in 90 minutes.
I can't do that again. I just about barely got through the Germany game without having a heart attack. That was bad enough.
A semi-final penalty shootout ain't going to do the nerves no good, is it?
Oh, no.
Oh mate, let's not.
Don't need that.
Don't do that. I can't do it again. No, what about you, Rich?
Yeah, what Adam said, really. I mean, nobody's had a bad tournament for England. So I think whatever side Southgate puts out, no doubt fans and pundits around the country are going to be telling him he's wrong. But so far, every game, Southgate's plans worked. So
yeah, credit to it as well, because he's got a plan, he's got an idea, and he's sticking to it. And it doesn't matter what anybody says or anybody does. He's doing it, and he's managing that squad perfectly behind closed doors.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Great to see the work he's doing in. But you know what, guys? We're going to wrap it up now and get ready to go watch the semi-final. But before I log off, just a few comments. As always, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Please share this on your social media threads. We are on the race to 100. Looking forward to getting that 100th subscriber. You never know. It could be Adam. It could be Rich. Yeah. You never know.
It's coming home, so that's a good enough prize for me, mate.
Definitely. It definitely is coming home. Get it trending, guys. Hashtag it's coming home. And as always, follow us on our Twitter handle there as well for any content that you want to see us going forward. But you know what, guys? Thank you very much for tuning in today. Stay safe, and we'll touch base with you soon. Until next time.
Football's coming home.
Come on, England.